Biden administration and frankly too many policymakers in Washington, D.C. Continue to see China as a partner and continue to see China as a country to invest money in and to try to enrich themselves with. And for example, they look at things like cooperation with climate change is one of the things that we should be working with China on. That is something that to me I find utterly remarkable, that Chairman Xi of China and the Chinese Communist Party gives a tinker's damn about the planet's climate or climate change. It is merely a device to engage gullible Westerners into thinking that somehow we can get meaningful cooperation. I'm Chuck DeVore. I'm the Chief National Initiatives Officer for the Texas Public Policy Foundation. So if you look at the amount of electric vehicles being sold in China, you look at their high-speed electric rail, et cetera, they're going all in. And people like former Secretary of State, former Senator John Kerry, the climate czar, they would, Kerry would look at that. Oh, look at Chinese progress on green energy.
China, interestingly enough, China has a plan. They put a plan in place. We think they could be doing more. But China is going to be building more electric vehicles, will be put on the road over the next year or so in China than in all the rest of the world put together. China is, I'm not excusing China, I'm just telling you that China is moving to do additional things.
Well, I have a different look at that. It's not at all about green energy. It's about making the Chinese economy resilient in the event of a conflict with America. Well, how so? Those electric vehicles in China are coal-fired cars. That's where the energy comes from to charge the cars in China, is coal, Chinese coal. We're seeing China significantly expand their coal to liquids program. This is, again, the same technology the Germans used in World War II to be able to continue to fight a war while not having access to enough crude oil that they needed to be able to fight. The problem is it makes double the carbon dioxide emissions that simply refining oil into fuel makes. So if you thought that carbon dioxide emissions were a problem and the planet was warming, then you'd have to ask yourself, why is it that the Chinese are converting so much of their coal into fuel right now? Well, I think the answer is pretty obvious. They are making their economy resilient in the event of a conflict with America, where they then lose access to all that oil and natural gas coming up through the Straits of Malacca, so that they could continue to fight and could continue to operate their economy without any of that oil in their being able to be used as imports. America's number one priority is maintaining our ability to deter the People's Republic of China from aggression on its neighbors. This would include the de facto freely ruled island of Taiwan. This would include our ally in Japan. This would include the Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, India, the nations of the Indo-Pacific, right? Australia. These are nations that are now seriously threatened by a country that has increasingly grown aggressive and belligerent and has made no secret of its designs on its neighbors.